So here we go again. Another scandal, another example of what happens when common sense is thrown out of the window in favour of the woke DEI religion. This time, it's not just a case of incompetence, it's criminal. Enter Kerri Pegg, the petite, blonde, bubbly prison governor. Kerri Pegg, once hailed as a rising star of the prison service, has just been convicted for misconduct in public office. Why? Because she entered into a relationship with a major drug lord. As you do. She signed off his early release without authority, and he repaid her with a 12 grand Mercedes. Paid for, by the way, with 34 kilos of amphetamines. You can't write this stuff. Let's rewind to HMP Walton, her first big gig. You'd think a prison governor might, support the staff trying to keep order. But no, our Kerri made it her mission to undermine the wing officers, promised difficult prisoners rewards like vapes if they behaved, like she was running a youth club. Don't worry love, it's only a prison. I'm only surprised she wasn't handing out iPads for good vibes and essential oils for emotional healing. One prisoner assaulted staff. Peg supported him. Brilliant. And she got pulled up by her mentor for her flirty behaviour and provocative dress sense. Oh, and she was so popular with the inmates, one tattooed her name on his face, as you do. Despite these warning signs, she was of course fast-tracked through because of her female privilege on a graduate entry scheme, because our new woke religion forbids us to hire or promote based on experience or ability anymore. Her CCJs were overlooked, her money issues were overlooked, her incompetence was overlooked. She was eventually told to stop getting cosy with cons. She responded in true brainwashed uni style by saying it was a cultural issue, and her approach was progressive and hands-on. Hands-on? We noticed. So did the lads. Now let's get one thing straight. This is about competence. If a woman is hard-nosed, principled, based, and she has integrity and a sense of duty, fine. But when woke hiring policy demands 50-50 gender balance, ignoring the fact that the applicant pool for females in male jails is already tiny, you get the bottom of the barrel. Or in this case, you get false knockers Jimmy Choo-loving rising star Kerri Pegg. And she's not alone. The number of female prison officers fired for having inappropriate relationships with male inmates has trebled in recent years. Nearly every month, one female officer is sacked for playing doctors and nurses with a male inmate. 40 fired in the last 4 years. That's just the ones who got caught. Some even boast about it. One female officer filmed herself in full uniform having sex with an inmate in Wandsworth. Her radio was still crackling in the background, messages from colleagues coming through while she played porn star in HMP. That's not just misconduct. That's a woman so far removed from reality, she thinks she's starring in her own OnlyFans series called Bars and Bangs. Let's just say it clearly. Women should not be working as officers in men's prisons. We are entrusting society's worst men to the care of officers who are often emotionally entangled, sexually available, or just of bad character. Female officers, according to world-class psychologists like Jordan Peterson, are more agreeable than men.
Personality trait known as agreeableness. Agreeable people are compassionate and polite. Women are more agreeable than men.
More open to emotional connection, more empathetic. This is clinical psychology, proven science. Those are good traits in the right context, but bad traits in this context. In a male prison full of manipulative, dangerous scumbags, that empathy gets weaponized.
The best personality predictor of criminal behaviour is low agreeableness.
Criminals know exactly how to manipulate female staff, and women, especially those attracted to male dominance and status, they often mistake psychopathy for competence. They're attracted to dominant, dangerous men. They mistake malevolence for strength. The bad boy becomes the misunderstood alpha that they have to care for. That's why you now have a line of female guards playing Bonnie and Clyde in uniform, calling inmates my king, and smuggling in SIM cards down their knickers. We've created a prison service where female officers are elevated and celebrated, until they're caught, bent over in a jail cell, where governors are promoted for being bubbly. So you scrape the barrel, and instead of a hard-nosed, competent officer who understands boundaries and danger, you get our Kerri, playing kiss chase with crooks and calling it rehabilitation. It's not misogyny to say this, it's just reality.
It's a lot more about relationships in female prisons.
This is why, when we were a Christian country, women were sensibly banned from serving in men's prisons, right up until yesterday. We knew men and women were different. We didn't pretend gender was a social construct. We didn't try to achieve equity by placing women into the lion's den. It's also a health and safety risk, both for them and for their male colleagues. Let's take HMP Frankland. The terrorist Hasham Abedi, yes, the Manchester Arena bomber's scumbag brother, attacked 3 officers with boiling oil and homemade blades. One of those officers was a woman. What was she doing anywhere near one of the most dangerous terrorists in Britain? And why was a notorious terrorist cosplaying as Gordon Ramsay with access to knives and boiling hot oil? Maybe he was benefiting from a progressive and hands-on policy. Diversity, equity, inclusion. DEI. The sacred holy trinity of our new religion. We stopped asking who's best for the job and started asking, have we hit our gender quota? This is what happens when you hire on the basis of diversity instead of ability. When you pretend men and women are interchangeable. When you say we need gender parity in prisons, because equality means exactly half of your staff should be women, even if only 5% of women even want the job. And while Kerry was climbing the DEI ladder, some quiet, capable, no-nonsense male officer, the type who actually wants to protect the public, was passed over. Too white, too male, too normal. We need a country and prison service built on merit, not woke religion. We need to stop pretending that men and women are the same, and we need to stop tolerating this madness before a female officer gets stabbed, raped or killed.